your hair.
This
Are you
way.
happy to
That
see
way.
me? I'm always happy to see you, girl. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with Amity, aka
The Appalachian Witch.
yeah! And we are going to be filming the crystals for self-care video. So we're going to be going through some of our favorite crystals for self-care. These are by no means the only crystals that you can use for self-care. You can choose any crystals you want to use that feel good for you, that make you feel comforted. I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start with one of everyone's favorites, rose quartz. Very soothing, very gentle, perfect for self-love, self-assurance, sign of friendship and love. It's very nice and very gentle and very beautiful to behold.
A lot of people use it for romantic love, but don't forget, you have to love yourself first. So
That's right, boo-boo.
I'm going to start out with one of my personal favorites, which is petrified wood. I love it so much because it's really good to like ground and anchor down and bring me back down to earth where we are in the here and now, because we get so lost in our brains and so lost in our thoughts that we often forget to just be here now. To me, nothing says strength like a tree that just stood no matter what nature threw at it and just petrified and crystallized in place. I'm even wearing it myself. I love it so much.
Scolasite. My son is going to steal everyone as we're talking about it. Scolasite is a very soothing, icy, cool, kind of comforting feeling. It also reminds me of marshmallows. It looks like a marshmallow to me, so I always want to like put it in my mouth when I see it, but I won't because it's not delicious, it's yucky, but it reminds me of a giant polar bear just giving you a bear hug and just kind of rocking you in its arms. It's very fluffy and soft and comforting, but also forces you to look into yourself and reflect on the reasons why you're having such a hard time or the reasons why you're feeling so emotionally drained. So it's like a comforting but stern hand.
Like a fluffy cloud that lifts you up and comforts you. And go, look at where you are, but just yay.
Yeah, perspective. It gives you a good amount of perspective.
Speaking of being lifted up and out of the situation, it makes me think of my favorite, which is apophyllite. Apophyllite is really good because it comforts the mind and kind of soothes all the erratic emotions and helps you lift up and out of the situation so that you can get a better perspective of things. You know, I joke that it's a little like Google Maps, you know, lift you up so you can see all the areas in which you can go and just kind of focus and be more present and address the situation with a clear mind.
Prehnite. Okay, so prehnite is one of my super bays. I do love a good green. It's a stone of unconditional love. Using this for yourself is like telling yourself, like, no matter what you go through, no matter what's happening, no matter where your brain is at, love yourself. And prehnite just reassures you that, like, no matter what's going on, you are awesome, you are wonderful, and you deserve love. And I love it so much. It's also really great paired with deer medicine. I used to have a piece like this paired with an antler, and I loved it together. It was just like unconditional love going inward and flowing out. It's just, I love it.
And I like that she said deer medicine, because something I often remind myself is if a deer is wounded in the woods, she's going to stop everything she's doing. If she was hunting, no matter what, she's going to stop right then and there, rest, take care of herself, and then move on from there.
Yes. So yeah, stop, take care of yourself. Don't worry about anybody else, because you can't help anyone else if you're messed up. Am I right? Am I right?
This green calcite, it even has a waxy-like texture. It kind of reminds me of frozen jello, so it's, for me, it's really comforting to that inner child and anyone that's had like a lot of traumatic experiences and emotional turmoil. Like, it's just really comforting and soothing. It's like a gentle cheerleader, you know, like, you're awesome, keep going. It's like such a perfect cut to just like put on my face.
I know it is. Amethyst. Now, amethyst is a very soothing crystal as well. Very comforting. I use it a lot when I have headaches or if I have a migraine. It's a very gentle healer. It's also really good for protection. So if you're feeling like vulnerable or too emotionally vulnerable in a state, having amethyst paired with something else can help you to kind of keep yourself calm.
If you struggle with addiction and bringing out outside influences, it's a really great stone that promotes sobriety. It kind of helps you replace those outside substances with something a little more organic and a little more loving. And Amethyst is really great because it's readily available. You can find it anywhere.
Everywhere.
It's fairly inexpensive, and it's a really great stone to begin with and start out with.
It's a great beginner stone, absolutely.
Fluorite. I love fluorite so much. Yule's gonna take it. It's a really great stone for those that get lost in their minds. It's a really good air stone. It kind of helps you block out outside influences and focus on the task at hand, clear up all that mental clutter, anxiety, and it's so, I'm gonna try to steal it, it's so just as like individualized as you are too, so it's amazing because like not one piece you get will ever be like another, so, and it's also readily available, so you should be able to find it anywhere.
Lepidolite. Now, lepidolite is very, very, very good if you have anxiety or depression, for someone who's prone to emotional outbursts. Lepidolite is great for calming yourself and using it to kind of bring in some of the happy feelings that you've had that you're kind of missing right now. It's really soothing, and I always smell lepidolite for some reason. It just reminds me of lavender. That's why I always smell it probably. It reminds me of having like a solid brick of lavender. Even though it doesn't have a scent, it just feels like a very soothing, calm breeze coming in, cooling your temper and cooling your emotions.
Ocean jasper. I love ocean jasper. The jasper family is so huge. There's so many different types of jasper, but I love ocean jasper because it has these little, I'm gonna get in trouble, these little orbicular shapes on it. It's a really good one to kind of ground down and focus and just kind of get the emotions under control.
And it's wonderful for emotional balance, kind of balancing that water energy with the earth energy. The thing, like sometimes I'll become like hysterical with sadness, and ocean jasper kind of brings that in, brings the waves back in a little bit, and kind of calms you and brings you back to center.
It's almost like a dam in a way. It doesn't let the barriers just it's just a little bit at a time what's necessary.
Yeah. Opalite. Now, opalite is indeed a man-made stone, and I was very skeptical about it to begin with. Okay, there you go. People often use opalite in place of moonstone, which is very interesting. They use it in place of real opals, but it is man-made. It's opalized glass. It is very beautiful. Just seeing it makes you feel a certain way. It makes you feel kind of happy, kind of giddy. And so just go with those feelings. Like seeing a stone or a crystal and thinking, oh, that's beautiful, doesn't mean like, it's just a superficial attraction. If you think something is beautiful, you think it's beautiful. It gives you an emotion. It gives you a feeling. So go with those feelings.
Every time I look at opalite, I personally hear like the My Little Pony theme song. Like it's like such a gentle, happy cheerleader and nurturing that inner child. Like, you're amazing, keep going, you can do this. And remember, even though it's opalized glass still is an element. It's superheated sand, and it's still going to be a really good one for you.
I didn't want to touch it for a long time because I was like, oh, it's man-made. I was being snobby, but just whatever. Like, it's gorgeous and it makes me feel happy to look at it.
Your energy is attracted to what it feels like it needs, much like the body's attracted to certain foods it needs. Your energy does the same thing. So just go with it. It's not going to be forever. It's just for now.
It's not going to be forever. It's not going to be forever, girl. We expire, girl.
People always are like, this problem's going to go on forever. I have to have this one stone for eternity.
That's true. Like,
the path always winds and changes. Chrysoprase.
Yummy ice cream.
I love chrysoprase. Chrysoprase reminds me of like a yummy shorebird after a breakup. Like, it's just so emotionally comforting, like for heartbreak, emotional baggage, traumatic experiences. It's just like this icy mint feeling that is just it's so comforting, and it just kind of lets things fall away so that you can just kind of look at things as they are and just let it go. I love it so much. I think it's amazing for self-acceptance too. Like, it's really big on, sometimes we can be our biggest bullies. Like, we can be the biggest bullies to ourselves. And the world is full of those. We don't need that. Like, we need to be a cheerleader. And I feel like chrysoprase is that. Like, it's a good balance between masculine and feminine, emotional and rational. It's just a happy, minty friend.
Yeah. Like me. Moss agate before Yule's hands. Okay, gentle. Moss agate is both of our favorites. I love moss agate so much. For me, it has sort of a feeling carefree and feeling calm and kind of going into yourself and finding all the good things about yourself that you love and seeing them grow and watching them change.
For me, it reminds me of like the vines on the side of the building. Like life always finds a way. No matter what situation you're in, no matter how hard or bleak it looks, you find the sun and you carve your own path. Personal growth, financial growth, whatever it's really amazing for. I also highly recommend it for women that are pregnant or just having a baby, going through those erratic emotions of maybe postpartum depression or just hormones in general, because it's a really good gentle balance and it's really good for growth. It's such an amazing growth. So moss agate is really good for that gentle push of let's keep working through it, let's keep growing past this, you got this.
Yes, absolutely. The child was pushing the crystals and scaring me the whole time, so I hope I wasn't too distracting while you were talking, because I was like Pee Wee Herman over here.
Because life happens. This is real life.
Yes. So I just wanted to share some of these with you guys because I know that when you're thinking of self-care, sometimes you think that you're being selfish or that you're not paying attention to other people's needs, and sometimes you have to do that. You take care of yourself better than anyone else would. You know how you feel inside. So don't forget to reflect and take a moment and say, I'm working too much, or I'm doing too much, or I'm investing too much time in someone else that doesn't invest any time in me. Stop and think about what's going on with your life and take care of yourself so that you can give more to other people if that's what you want to do.
Can't drive everyone else around town if you don't put gas in your tank.
Thank you, Applejack. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Amity, for being here. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment box below, or you can talk to us on Instagram. I'll put our handles up here somewhere. We always love answering questions and talking to everybody. We just want to share and love and have a wonderful life. So have a great day, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.